Hi guys, follow me on Instagram to never ever miss any of my crazy updates. Hi guys and welcome to another vlog. I'm driving these. These are the Kia Seltos facelift models. This is the Tech line, this is the X line, and there's some difference obviously between both these models. There's also a GT line and there are 18 variants, 5 for the NA petrol, 5 for the turbo petrol, and there are 8 variants for the diesel, because the diesel is a diesel. Price range starts at 10.89 lakhs, goes all the way till 19.99 lakhs. So kudos to Kia for keeping the price range largely the same. And since we're talking about money, let me tell you about an amazing fintech platform called PayMe. It's a RBI registered NBFC into digital lending which offers attractive discounts and interest rates with complete digital onboarding and easy repayments. Taking loan from PayMe requires minimum KYC and can be availed without any collaterals. The approval is instant. PayMe is fully compliant with recent RBI digital lending guidelines. Check the link in the description to know more. Coming back to the Seltos, if you notice, the design is really very nice. If you notice, the grille has become bigger now. But can you notice the difference between both the models? Yes, the bumper is different. Even the grille is different. Yeah, you should be able to notice that as well. Now straight away, let me show you the Tech line, which is obviously going to sell in higher numbers because of the price range, of course. Dynamic swipe function does not work when hazard lights are actually turned on. High beam is on here. So obviously all the 3 lights are on at the moment. And there are certain changes to the grille and obviously to the bumper as well when compared to the X line, because the X line obviously has a more attractive looking bumper. They call it the barbell design or something of that sort. If you notice, there's a radar here because this gets ADAS, this does not get ADAS. So it has got 1 radar at the front, 2 at the rear, and 1 camera there for the lane keep assist. And obviously here you also get the rain sensing wipers. Let's open the engine bay and there it is. Oh my god, this is quite heavy. I'm surprised. Insulation right there. Turbo petrol engine. Well, the engine bay is actually quite empty. It can accommodate a bigger engine as well. But I'm surprised that the engine bay is so heavy. I mean, the hood is like really very heavy. And if you notice, the indicators turned on there. Sequential function is there right here, which is quite cool. I really like it. New DRL, which actually looks quite cool at night. I really like the old one as well. You get a front camera, front parking sensors. Front parking sensors are here also, but no front camera there. This is actually the new color green, and there's chrome treatment right here. But here it is blackened out with this nerd finishing, which is actually quite good looking. The other change, of course, happens to be the fact this runs on 17-inch wheels. This is 18-inch wheels. So 215, 55, 18 right here. This is obviously higher profile tires, which is apt for such a location when you're going to take it off the road. But obviously it has got multi-terrain modes as well. Coming to the side, the bigger wheels definitely look better. The paint job on this, the matte one, phenomenal. It looks really very cool. Of course, I like the alloy wheel design here. You get a camera right there and there is no request sensor here, which is kind of disappointing, of course. Now, dynamic function has been given here, sequential, says Seltos right there. Connected tail light. This looks quite cool at night. Let me quickly show you the key of the vehicle. So here is the button to lock the car, this is to unlock the car, this to actually turn on the vehicle, and this is to open the boot. If you're not happy with this key, well, you can get it customized as well with some sort of gold and all, but that is a fingerprint magnet. If you can clearly notice, the bumpers are also different. So the 1.5 turbo petrol gets a different bumper in the GT as well as X line trim with dual exhaust. Exhaust is actually hidden here. So yeah, Faisal Khan's fingers of truth, not really very happy with the hidden exhaust. But here the exhaust is very much visible, which is quite cool. You also get this sort of a diffuser treatment. The design is really very attractive of the X line, but the X line is obviously going to be difficult to maintain. Let's open the boot. 433 liters is the space right here. And the spare wheel is not an alloy. In fact, it's smaller size. This car is running on 18 inches. This is 215 60 17s. So yeah, that is small. There you obviously get speaker and all that stuff. Light placement here, some storage here as well. Parcel shelf. Let's just shut this. This obviously has a blackish interior, and like I was telling you, dynamic function does not work for the indicators when the hazard light is turned on. Says TGDI here, but there it actually says X line, so they do not badge it TGDI. Kia Connect with 67 connected car features. So yeah, I think the connected features have increased right now by around 12, and this is the interior. The upholstery is camel brown, which is quite nice. I like this upholstery honestly because light colors are something which really work well for me. Shark fin antenna, roof rails, I don't think they are functional. Now the thing is, they have given a request sensor here, but this is not finished in chrome. This one is definitely finished in chrome. So yeah, if you like chrome, you would probably like the Tech line, but I definitely like the X line, or probably even the GT line would be fantastic. On the interior front, beautiful finishing. Yeah, the colors are really nice and the seats are more comfortable here. In fact, there is good amount of legroom and kneeroom. Under thigh support is adequate, not really great, and headroom is also good. You get LED light right there, handle to hold on to, height adjustable seat belts, and there is a sun blind as well. Bose sound system. Look at the cuts here. Door pockets are decent size. Says Seltos here, just in case you forget when you're getting inside the car. This is almost flat. 2 USB-C charging sockets, some storage space here. AC vents right here, and air purifier as well, which gets a HEPA filter too, so you can turn it on and off from here. And also from there, you get a center armrest with twin cup holders, and everybody gets a proper adjustable headrest with this nice red stitching as well. This gets the magazine holders. This is hard, not really scooped out, like I was telling you. Seat belt gets the height adjust function, and nice red stitching, which is quite premium here. So space wise, it's fantastic. Interior also is updated with those dual screens, of course, and I like how they've used the green color because I think green looks really nice. You get this massive panoramic roof, because of which they have made some structural changes to the car, and piano black finishing here. You know what? One touch up and down power windows. All of them are now one touch, which is fantastic. And there's illumination here as well. So this is another thing which has been updated. This car gets 6 airbags. There are 6 airbags are standard across the range, and I think they have this 15 safety pack or something of that sort. But let's be honest, structure matters a lot. So we really have to wait to see how it performs in global NCAP test. Will I be able to make it through here? I definitely feel I will. I like the way the red stitching has been done on this car. So here it says Seltos. So I would love to remove this, but I think it's going to be a little difficult for me to do that. No, it's not. It's a brand new car, so we're just going to sort of unbox it. And there's a heads-up display, which is not there in the GT line. So some of the features are actually limited to the X line. Again, beautiful seats, really nice and comfortable. 8-way power adjust has been given. So Kia has put a lot of features in this car. Door pockets also big enough. Everything gets illumination here. These are controls for the outside rear view mirror adjustment. One touch up down for all power windows. Again, a cool addition. Nice tweeter treatment as well. This is for the traction control. This is for stop start. This is to turn on the heads-up display. And this is the headlight leveler. This is the engine start button. You get a proper dead pedal, and the pedals also get this sort of a metal finish, which is quite cool. What do you think about the dashboard design? I think they have done a fab job. It says key not in vehicle, and then it's telling me that the door is open. So yes, very much functional cluster. This is auto dimming with some buttons like SOS and all. And here you get a sunglass holder. These are LED lights. Right here you get a mirror. You get no mirror here. Yeah, you just get this strap right there. It's a little difficult to remove this, but we shall try. Yeah, that's out. So it also has the Kia logo on the steering wheel, of course. Let's remove this as well. And now it's the time for the real unboxing, because this screen has this plastic sheet which is so satisfying to remove. And the glove box is also big enough, but no cooling function there. This does not slide ahead and behind. Decent amount of storage space here. This is really very cool. Now this is obviously for automatic variants, and you have this divider as well, because otherwise you have the manual handbrake. This one gets electric parking brake, auto hold function, some storage space here. This is for the 360-degree parking camera, seat ventilation, and this is for the parking sensors. This is for the drive mode and the traction mode selector. Yeah, terrain mode selector. Some storage space here, USB-A, USB-C, 12 volt, and a wireless charging pad, which also gets the cooling function. This is revised, so the AC is very nice because it's a dual zone climate control air conditioning system. Yeah, dual zone, and it's a chiller, so new buttons here. AC vents are slightly thinner now, and you get speaker placement here. A lot of speaker placements everywhere in the car. Flat bottom steering wheel says Seltos here. The horn is okay, not that great. These are actually the controls for the cruise control and also for ADAS. These are obviously for the audio system. It gets automatic wipers, it gets automatic headlights. This new cluster is really very nice. If you notice right now, that is the compass, tire pressure monitor. You can browse through a lot of things, and obviously it has ADAS displays as well. It's the same one which you've seen in a lot of Hyundai Kia cars. And this thing actually changes color depending on the drive mode. So when you change the drive mode, it actually changes the color. Yeah, changes the display as well. Very cool. I really like it. And then you can get into this and also change it, of course. So straight away, I'm actually going to open the heads-up display. I press a button and there comes out the heads-up display. A heads-up display is such a fantastic feature in this range of a car. And there it says check blind spots and all that. Come on, show me more information. So it also has some ADAS display there. Now the thing is, this screen is 10.25 inch. This is also 10.25 inch. It's very slick. It has got sounds of nature. It's got sound mode lamp as well. So ambient lighting and all is also there. So I can just turn it on, though I really can't see it right now. So let's listen to some audio right away. Bose sound system is fantastic. Sounds of nature is what you get. Obviously, Kia does not publicize it as much as what Hyundai does. On a shailing sip, city at dawn, outer space communication, rainy day, moment of meditation, all that is there. Steering wheel is adjustable, both for reach as well as rake. You obviously get paddle shifters as well. And I love the treatment here. It's fantastic. Let's get into reverse. This is the reverse parking camera, which obviously gets adaptive guidelines. And then you can also change the views. So there are multiple views, side view, front view and all that. Quite nice, yeah. Really very, I mean, it's a feature loaded car with a ton of features. So we get out of reverse and now we are going to come into the home menu. So it has got Apple CarPlay, it has got Android Auto connectivity. There's a quiet mode too, and it is got inbuilt maps, which are again very nice. So yes, it also gets voice commands. In fact, let's try that. Sunroof kholo.
Opening the sunroof.
There, it's opening the sunroof. So the voice commands are actually working in English as well, and then this big sunroof is fantastic. Like, it brings in a lot of airy feeling inside this cabin because the cabin is obviously black. There, this thing is also closing. Now I'll tell you a small glitch here. There's just one control to actually open and close this, which means if I want to open it, I have to press it very smoothly, otherwise this will also end up opening. So they could have given different, oh there it is opening. I can never manage that, I don't know why. Okay, let's just close this. You have to press it very softly. So that's another skill set you need to learn if you are actually sitting in this car. Meanwhile, quality lower down is actually not that great. Hard plastics. This is soft, really very nice. Screen quality is really amazing, like amazing. Like this screen, all the screens in this car, just fantastic. It has got blind view monitor as well. So when you give an indicator, it will show you that as well. It also has this triangle on the outside review mirrors, which will tell you in case there is someone in your blind spot. Then it also tells you speed sign detection. It's loaded with crazy amount of features, honestly. Yeah, my knee actually touches here, so that could have been slightly better ergonomically speaking. Now here I can go through ton of information. It's super slick, yeah, it is amazing. Let's get into settings first and let's get into vehicle. Here it's taking some time actually. I can actually tweak a lot of things, including ADAS functions too. So yeah, it has this welcome sound. I can select the theme as well. So I think there are 4 themes. Yeah, if I turn it off and I don't link it to drive mode, let's get into the dynamic one. Look at this. What is this? Crazy stuff in this car. Oh, the engine rests at 5000 RPM in neutral. So that is a fantastic thing. Otherwise, we obviously know now how these car makers are doing soft limiters. Thankfully, that's not there here. There are 12 languages here as well. So yeah, you can change the languages in both the sides. Honestly, Hyundai and Kia are like going bonkers in terms of offering features in their cars. But why am I not able to find ambient lighting? I don't know, maybe it's the sound mode lamps which actually works in this car. Voice memo, you can actually record something if you want. How cool is that? This is not a car, this is like a smartphone. Fantastic, it's slick, it's fast, it's nice, and obviously with so many features in this car, the Seltos seems bang for the buck. But how does it drive? Because this is a new engine, let's go! Alright, we're all set to go. First and foremost, let's turn off the air conditioning. Let's change the drive mode and we will straight away come into sport mode. Traction control has to be turned off, of course. Yeah, it says traction control and stability control limited. Let me keep this pressed. Will it turn off completely then? Yes, it's completely disabled. We get into drive mode. Let me turn on the 8-inch heads-up display as well, and there it comes out. Yeah, it's a little slow there. Oh, talking about 8-inch, it has got 8 speakers as well. And let's turn on the driver rear view monitor, which has this camera here. So as I crawl ahead, it's very smooth in crawling ahead, and then after some time, obviously, these dual views will go for the camera system. And we are also going to come into manual mode, or rather that is sport mode. Both of them are the same, I think. Hazard lights off, left foot on the brake, right foot on the accelerator. It does not rev. Yeah, it's revving slightly under 2000 RPM, 1650 RPM, and off we go. Box down. upshifts at 6000 RPM, and this thing also shows you a lot of other things which I kind of hate because it has this 80 alarm where it says reduce speed, so I can't see the tachometer anymore, and that's the reason I'm not able to drive efficiently. I can browse through like this. There's a compass, there's a calendar, there's sports and weather and sounds of nature and whatnot, so we're just going to keep the map at the moment. This is the 1.5 TGDI motor, turbocharged, gasoline direct injection. Around the corner as well, it does feel nice to drive because of the bigger wheels, 18-inch wheels. So ride is actually taking a hit because of the bigger wheels, because the sidewall is reduced. Oh my god, there's a speed breaker. No problem, here we go. Okay, I felt that jolt inside. So this engine now produces, or it's always produced, around 160 PS of power and 253 Newton meters of torque, which is an okay, I don't have to do anything. No, I have to. The steering was actually pulling me. Yeah, children crossing ahead, I know all that, so she keeps talking unnecessarily. So this engine is producing around 20 PS of power more, and the increase of 11 Newton meters when compared to the 1.4 liter engine. Oh my god, it's downshifting very aggressively because we're in sport mode. So in terms of the increase in output, that's quite a lot considering that the engine displacement has only gone up by 100 PS. It's class leading performance because it's very punchy. I mean, it doesn't have the kickback, kick in the pants feel there, lane keep assist, lane departure warning, all of that warning me right now. So it doesn't give you a kickback as such, and turbo lag is there, but this DCT box tries to mask it quite well. So in terms of performance, you will not complain about much. Performance is linear, mid-range is the best, red lines are around 6000 RPM. So this produces 160 PS of power at 5500 RPM, and the torque output, which is 253 Newton meters, comes in at 1500 RPM and stays there till 3500 RPM. So the overall result is that mid-range is fantastic in this car, and it doesn't really surprise you with a kick in the pants feel because of the automatic gearbox. And unfortunately, there's not a proper manual. It gets an IMT, which we'll drive later in the video. Now, there are 3 engine options and 6 gearbox options, so you can say 6 powertrains in this car. But let's focus on this one. 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 8.9 seconds, which is quite quick, honestly. And it is actually quicker by 0.9 seconds. So the earlier 1.4 TGDI motor, that used to go from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 9.8 seconds. That was discontinued before the BS 6.2 emission norms came in. They did not update that, and they came up with the new engine, of course, which is really very nice. This also powers the Verna, the Carens, the Alcazar, and so many other Hyundai cars as well as Kia cars, but not there in the Creta. So Kia is having an advantage here against competition A, which they call this. The competition A to this car is obviously the Hyundai Creta. Around the corners, body roll is well contained, but obviously it's not very dynamic as such. And steering is decent. It weighs up, but again, it's not the best in terms of feel or feedback. Lane departure warning works very aggressively, so it's got 17 ADAS functions similar to what we get in the Kia EV6. So forward collision warning, automatic emergency braking, lane departure warning, lane keep assist, blind spot monitor, and obviously reverse cross traffic alert, you name it. It has got a lot of stuff in terms of ADAS, and ADAS works really well. But obviously a forward collision warning and all cannot detect oversized vehicles and animals and pedestrians and cyclists, and a lot of those things cannot be detected in ADAS. Of course, that's the reason don't rely on ADAS. I personally don't like ADAS much because I feel it kind of makes you lazy and lethargic, and then Indian road conditions are not suited for ADAS. It's saying auto stop, so we're just going to change this right now. Okay, I'm just going to put it here for the ADAS display, so in case there's something, I can see it right here as well. Engine is very smooth but becomes vocal past 4000 RPM, which is a given thing considering most engines do that. And in terms of the IMT, this is much faster. The IMT takes 1.2 seconds more to go from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour. So 8.9 here, 10.1 for the IMT, because the DCT box obviously shifts faster. And because the DCT does not let you launch now, that's a big problem. There are no wheel spins even with the traction control off. I love this display. I love how Hyundai Kia are doing this amazing stuff here. Now, of course, there is the 1.5 liter NA engine as well, which produces 115 PS of power and 144 Newton meters of torque, mated to a manual transmission. Thank you so much. A proper 6-speed manual, because there is no proper 6-speed manual in any other variant. And you obviously get the CVT box as well. But the diesel also gets IMT. There's no proper manual in the diesel, and then it gets a 6-speed torque converter automatic. This is a 7-speed DCT with paddle shifters, so we're going to use them right now. Here I'm downshifting. It's decently quick with shifts. Yeah, at lower speed now it kind of fumbles, but then when you're driving flat out, it really shifts fast, and obviously it shifts better when it's on auto mode, not when I am trying to manually do it here. So I'm just going to downshift, and that's first gear for you right now. Making a quick overtake, no problem at all, because obviously the car is really nice and quick. Yeah, performance is amazing here. You'll never complain about it, but just doesn't give you the kick in the pants feel, because if this was a proper manual now, it would be so much fun. You could drive it aggressively. So around the corners now, body roll is actually very well contained. Cabin is also quite silent, so insulation levels are fantastic. So you're not going to complain about that. And then it's so aggressive in pulling me back to the lane, and there you can see lane departure, lane keep and all, they work fantastically well in this car. Yeah, really very nice. The horn is so disappointing in most of the cars these days. I don't know what they are doing, but come on, we need a better horn. So I'm just going to put this into regular drive mode, and then let's see how does it perform. Brakes are nice and strong, rear disc of course, so braking performance is good. Pedal feel is also good, yeah, that's surprising. And now look at the shifts, it's doing shifts very fast. Stop showing me this reduced speed at 80 kilometers per hour. An alarm is more than enough. It's upshifting at around 6000 rpm, so there is no manual control of things, so it will not hold on to a gear. If you think that is going to happen, no, it's not going to happen. So what's the point of the paddle shifters? Well, sometimes if you want to play with it, it's helpful here. Obviously Triptronic function as well, so you want to use a gear lever also, because most of us who pretend to be cool want to drive like this, one hand on the steering, one hand on the gear lever. I don't know what's going to happen to the future generation, because they will have nothing to hold here on the left side, because obviously electric cars will not have that. So I'm a little disappointed with that. And then there's this sticker here which is kind of bothering me, so I'll try and remove that. But instead it actually opens the sunglass holder. So we're going to take a quick U-turn from here. Now steering is very easy at lower speed. So look at this, okay, it's not the lightest as such what we have come to know from here Hyundai Kia, but it centers quickly and it is like having some weight even at lower speeds, which is kind of nice. There's a auto stop start system as well, just in case you care about fuel efficiency. And talking about fuel efficiency, the claimed one here is 17.9 kilometers, 17.4 kilometers per liter actually for this one. So left foot on the brake, right foot on the accelerator. Normal drive mode launch doesn't launch, yaar. What's the point of having traction control when, I mean, having it off? It doesn't make any difference whatsoever. So 17.4 kilometers per liter is the claimed mileage here. Meanwhile, the claimed mileage, I think it's 17.4, somewhere around that. The IMT is slightly less efficient. I think it's 17.9. Yeah, it's 17.9 kilometers per liter. The IMT is slightly lesser in terms of efficiency, but those are the claim numbers. Nobody cares about it. Compared to the 1.4, this is actually 1.4 kilometers per liter more efficient. Claim numbers, of course. So we are going to turn on the traction control system. Let me actually change the drive modes because I can. So it has got 3 drive modes: eco, normal and sport. And then it has also got traction modes: mud, snow and something else. So let's just check that. Yeah, sand. So those modes are also there. Yeah, it's quite nice. Honestly, you're not going to take it off-road because this is a front-wheel drive car. Monocoque platform, of course. Little bit you can hear about the wind noise, but you know, because of the bigger tires now, through bumps you can hear a bit of the tire noise. It's not very comfortable there. So ride is not as good as the Cretas, of course. Obviously the IMT has a better ride. So around the corners, I feel that it's still the Volkswagen Tiguan, I was going to say Tiguan, and the Skoda Kushaq which handle better. But this car has so many features now, it's going to blow your mind. Most people who care about features are not going to complain here. Will it be able to do it? Oh my goodness, look at this. How is it doing it? Keep hands on steering wheel, it says, and it's able to take a turn. Aram se. Don't try this at home, try it in a car only, because obviously you cannot try it at home. So yes, not much to complain about in terms of ADAS features, performance, and I mean, they have done a fab job. They are giving so many features in this car. Bonkers, honestly, just bonkers. So let me know what display do you like. Now obviously in sport mode it has the best performance, naturally it has to, and in normal mode, oh my goodness, what are you doing? You're going to self-drive or what? So in normal it's a best bet of eco and sport, and then in eco mode obviously it is not that peppy but gets the job done. Yeah, it pretty much gets the job done. You do enjoy driving this because of the engine alone. Yeah, the engine is fantastic, but for me personally, the diesel will be the pick. Diesel is super efficient, obviously. Nothing can beat a diesel, but there's no proper manual in a diesel. There, it keeps making sounds all the time because obviously, we have got proper ADAS function in this car, which do work very well. So well calibrated ADAS, and this ADAS is there in almost all Hyundai Kia cars now, the high end of course. So if you want ADAS, well, one of the best ADAS systems in any car right now is with Hyundai Kia group only, because level 2, and it does work quite well. Especially the lane keep assist is so aggressive, yeah, it kind of surprises me. And then it says keep hands on steering wheel, it turns direction on its own. What else do you need in life? Please tell me that. So we're going to come to a quick halt. Look at the show-footedness of the brakes, yeah, that is very surprising. Hazard lights on. We should remove the sticker because it's just like irritating me. And there we are. Yes, that's done. Now I think we should change the cluster mode because that fourth one seems very interesting and something new also. Let me quickly get into sport mode, and now it's time to launch with the cameras on, obviously it is going to turn off on its own. So at low speeds now it's smooth. It just doesn't have that ultimate smoothness which you would want. Hazard lights off, left foot on the brake, right foot on the accelerator, and off we go. This is so funky and funny as well. Definitely the performance is something which will blow your mind if you're looking for a car which is fast and fun, and then around the corners I don't hesitate at all. If you want better ride quality, if you want to have a little bit more engagement while driving, then you should probably drive the IMT, because you have manual control over the gearbox, and it's just rupees 1.2 lakhs cheaper as well, which is very nice. Actually, it's raining right now, so pleasant and greenery around. So the thing is that the IMT is not such a good gearbox, because let's be honest, without a clutch, that whole experience is just gone for a toss. You need a clutch, honestly, to have that driver engagement, because what happens sometimes now, you forget you have to shift, because when your left foot is relaxed, now mentally you feel your left hand is also relaxed, and that's the reason why the IMT will drink more fuel than the DCT, because you end up going to be in the same gear, and it's happened to me a lot of times. So that is a bit of a bummer. So you have to remember that you're driving an IMT, and shifts are not that fast like what you can do with a proper clutch. But 1.2 lakhs is what you're going to save when compared to the DCT. So you're going to pay around 40,000 more when compared to a proper manual. But a proper manual is not available in this. You get a 7-speed dual clutch automatic with 2 clutches. Obviously, that's going to shift faster than this one gearbox, which you have to manage with a clutch which is built inside it, and that actuator actually takes some time. Okay, yes, there's a children crossing ahead. I will slow down. Don't worry about that. I like the fact that there is display right here, so parking sensors and all also activate at low speed. So that is kind of nice. In fact, rear seat, and put it down between 40-60 split format to increase the boot carrying capacity as well. So yeah, these small features now which Kia has offered really up the whole experience. But honestly, if I have to buy a car, I would definitely buy the diesel, because the diesel is a diesel with 116 PS of power. Okay, we're going to take a quick U-turn. 116 PS of power. The diesel is just so much better. Torque output is also decent at 250 Newton meters, which is fantastic. And now it is the time for us to try and launch this car, which will not happen here. Full throttle? No, yeah, it just doesn't work. First gear, 6,000 RPM. Let's remove the sticker. So many stickers are everywhere in this car, so let's remove this one as well. Yeah, it's very nice to drive a brand new car. The smell is just fantastic. I'm struggling with this. Yes, it's not that easy to remove. That is out. So as I see it, IMT is good only if you really want a manual. I'll just say stick to the DCT. Same with the diesel, yeah, get the torque converter diesel, because I just don't understand the point of being offered an IMT. Yeah, the IMT doesn't even sell that much. That's the reason why Hyundai has actually discontinued it in certain versions of their cars. Give us a proper manual any day. We'll save money, we'll have more fun, and it's going to be more efficient as well when compared to a DCT. Plus that reliability issue of DCT and all, you don't have to contend with all that at all. So yeah, honestly, the DCT is just fantastic. You've got paddle shifters also, just in case you want some engagement while driving. And I think it's time to launch yet again, because I will show you what is the biggest problem. Firstly, we have turned off traction control. Obviously, I always turn off traction control, but even with the traction control off, will it launch? Let's remove this also sheet. Oh my god, I'm having a field day today. I think please shift down now, because we are in 4th. It's the time to launch. I was actually pressing my left leg trying to get into the clutch, but there's no clutch here. Left foot on the brake, right foot on the accelerator, hazard lights off, revs till 2000 RPM, box down very fast, and off we go. This is the reason, this gearbox is the reason why this car is 1.2 seconds slower, when in fact, if we were driving the manual, it could have been slightly faster. It doesn't really make you feel that fast, but this is a fast car. Trust me, this is a fast car. But in terms of fuel efficiency, it's not that great. If you drive it flat out, then it's going to return somewhere around 6 to 7 kilometers per liter. If you drive it aram se na, that can stretch to almost 12 kilometers per liter, which is decent mileage considering the kind of performance it has to offer. Look at the engine sing and become very vocal in the higher end of the rev range. It's just too slow a gearbox. Now 10% of global Kia sales come from the Seltos alone. That is the popularity of this car. In India, they have sold 5 lakh units of the Seltos. That's quite a lot. Yeah, that's a lot. They launched it in India in 2019. Globally, it got a facelift in 2022. And now we have got a facelift here in India in 2023. I'm getting a little confused. Which gear should I put? Little bit you press here, and then automatically it will engage the clutch. So then that's something you have to be really careful about. Price range will start at rupees 13 lakhs. Prices are already announced by the time this video goes live. So 13 lakhs is for the base variant, going all the way to rupees 24 lakhs for the top end X Line diesel automatic, which is the version to buy because the diesel's performance and efficiency is just unmatched and unparalleled, I would say. I really like the diesel. I think right now is the best time to buy diesel before they phase it out, because they will definitely do it with time. But still, diesel accounts for a majority of the sales. They've kind of reduced the sales of the diesel by offering it in only IMT. So I just hope a manual comes back as well. But I don't know what is the research they have done which says that people want to buy an IMT. I honestly don't like an IMT box, purely because with an IMT you just don't have the driving feel. So we're going to come to second. Nice curve ahead. Why is the car not telling me curve ahead? Grip levels are fine. The ride is better in this car because of the higher sidewall here. So 17-inch wheels for the win. 18 inches definitely look nice, but then you have to be a little bit more careful over bad roads. So guys, this is my vlog of the Kia Seltos facelift, and we've driven both the powertrains of the new engine. The 1.5 engine is fantastic. I just wish they get a proper manual as well. If you like this vlog, make sure to give the thumbs up, that's the like button, and also subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to check out the amazing fintech platform called PayMe. Bye bye.